What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for this trailer review, we are taking a look at a film called Do Not Enter. So the headline here is Do Not Enter trailer. Urban explorers encounter supernatural entities. So I mean, that's a pretty vague description of what this film is. And Do Not Enter, I'm sure it's going to be written somewhere in big bold letters, Do Not Enter. And of course, you're going to have one, two, or a group of people who are going to say, oh, let's just ignore that. No big deal. Nothing to worry about. So let's enter. And then once they all start dying one by one, those who happen to continue to survive until they're killed off will probably start pointing the finger and blaming each other, saying, hey, I told you we shouldn't have come in here. I told you we should have listened to the sign that said do not enter. Because I know myself, if I come across something that says do not enter, odds are I'm not going to enter. Especially if it looks like it's an abandoned place, something that could be, I don't know, has some sort of dark supernatural entities in it. Yeah, I'm not going inside. I'm turning around, getting in my car, and calling it a night. So let's jump into this article details as we always do before we take a look at the trailer. So yeah, I mean, this image here, I mean, if this is something that we're going to see in this trailer, yeah, I don't necessarily need to come across that. You know, on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, it doesn't matter. Any given night, day, I don't need to be going into a building, seeing this, and putting myself in that situation. So yeah, I'm going to be going home. I don't need to be dealing with this nonsense. All right, so do not look, do not run, do not panic. Yeah, okay, those are like all the things that you shouldn't have to do, but you're probably going to do when you, as it says, and whatever you do, do not enter. I'm not going to enter. On the heels of our poster reveal, so okay, I imagine there's going to be a poster down below when we get there. Watch the trailer for Do Not Enter below. A release date has not yet been set, but the horror thriller is coming soon from Lionsgate and Sure Tone Pictures. Okay. Based on the 2005 novel Creepers by First Blood author David Morrell, the story follows a group of thrill-seeking urban explorers known as the Creepers who live stream their adventures from abandoned locations. So yeah, I don't. So side note, I usually say this when we come across trailers that are based on novels. I have never heard or read this 2005 novel Creepers, so I have no context as to what that what the story is about, and whether or not this film is going to follow true to the source material, or if they're just going to kind of cherry pick it and then Hollywood up the rest of it. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. They venture into New Jersey's notorious Paragon Hotel, seeking a legendary gangster's missing $300 million fortune, only to encounter hostile rivals and supernatural forces. Okay, legendary gangsters missing $300 million. Okay, that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if that's just if they're going to be basing that off somebody in real life, or if that's just a general premise just to set a foundation. But it sounds like they're going into this place to look for the lost fortune. Okay, so let's keep going. Casting here, we're not reading off names. You can see the names. I'll put the link for this article in the description of this video. So if you want to come back and read names, you can come back and read the names. But we're not going to read any names. All right, I have a quote here. I've waited decades to find the right feature film project to which I could truly dedicate myself, said director Mark Claesfeld, who makes his feature debut after helming music videos for the likes of Eminem, Katy Perry, and Slipknot. Okay, so, I mean, this hasn't really worked out for everyone who comes from doing music videos and thinks they can direct a movie. I'm not saying that's the case here. All I'm saying is it's a very different animal when you go from directing a music video to directing a full feature film. So hopefully whatever experience Mark has in doing music videos, it can translate and bring us a banger of a film. So let's keep going. Jordan Schur, chairman and CEO of Sure Tone Pictures, said the project represents a decade of development. Okay, that's a bit, I don't know if that's something to be proud of or something to be worrisome. If it took you not him specifically, but if it took a decade to do this film, why did it take so long? I mean, usually something like that is because you couldn't get anyone to back it, to fund it, to, I don't know, invest in it. I mean, however you want to put that, that doesn't seem to be a good thing. We arrived at our destination with a powerful script adapted from a timeless book and a gifted director leading the charge. We could not ask for a better partner in Lionsgate. Etta Cohen, Lionsgate Executive Vice President of Acquisitions, added, "We are excited to work with Jordan and the team at Shertone, along with Mark Laisfeld, to bring this supernatural adventure thriller to audiences everywhere." All right, more names, not reading names. But let's see here. Says who penned the script for the film, which blends found footage horror elements with traditional film. Okay, so this is a mix of found footage and traditional filming that we've come across. I mean, we did talk about Hell House, the new Hell House LLC film coming out. That it appears, I mean, they moved completely away from found footage and went with a traditional format, even though it seemed like they might be sprinkling a bit of found footage in there. So this will be interesting if this is going to be a full-fledged kind of split, found footage and traditional. We haven't seen that really happen. Again, with Hell House LLC, the fifth film that they're doing, it's more traditional with bits and pieces of found footage, but not a traditional like split down the middle. All right, so we have the trailer here, which we'll look at. Do we have the poster? Okay, we do have a poster. Getting in is hard, getting out is hell. Okay, so we have what appears to be the hotel. Do not enter. We have some hands. Maybe demonic hands on both sides. Got some dark, long nails kind of gripping the hotel on both sides. Name of the hotel, the Paragon, and then a group of individuals. So I will say I like the poster. It's nice and clean. Getting in is hard, getting out is hell. I just would have put that here at the bottom on top of coming soon. But props for the poster. If anything, if the movie is trash or the trailer is trash, at least the poster looks decent. It looks pretty good. All right, so is that it? All right, so yeah, that's it for this article. So let's get back to the top, and now let's pull up the trailer for Do Not Enter and see what they are going to give us.
It's called the Paragon. It's an old hotel down the shore. It's where the legendary gangster Meyer Lansky stashed his missing $300 million.
Are you guys seeing this?
Everyone that's gone looking for this money, never been heard from again.
Sounds dangerous.
You know the drill. You search room by room, floor by floor. What the?
It's nothing.
A powerful secret has been shared with me. What must be done, must be done.
They're all gonna die.
Show the blinds. Come on!
What must be done, must be done. What must be done, must be done. What must be done, must be done, must.
Hands down now!
Must be done, must be done.
So I mean, it looks a little mid to me. Where to start with this one? So the premise is that they're going into this abandoned hotel looking for Meyer Lansky's $300 million lost fortune. And I mean, we hear at the beginning the one guy say, everyone that's gone looking for it, it's never come back. So let's clear something up here. The whole $300 million, and it could just be, obviously they're just saying it for the movie, but the whole $300 million lost treasure of Meyer Lansky. If you don't know who Meyer Lansky is, he was involved with the mafia, very very close ties to Charlie Lucky Luciano. That was what so the whole $300 million thing is what the FBI believed that Meyer Lansky, how much money Meyer Lansky had at the time of his death, and he had hid it somewhere. No one's ever been able to find it. Even his remaining family at the time and through today has never been able to find it. And the true story was that he actually was pretty much broke at the time of his death. He only had about $30,000 to $35,000 to his name when he died, and that money went quick after he died. So the fact that they're using that as because in the article it mentions some famous gangsters $300 million fortune. So that obviously we now hear it's Meyer Lansky, but that's never been fully substantiated to be true, that he actually had this $300 million hidden somewhere. Again, that was something the FBI believed that could be the case, and when it was a story that the FBI was spinning at the time, Meyer Lansky had reached old age and was pretty much, on his deathbed. Because again, it's been well reported and confirmed that he only had about $30,000 to $35,000 left to his name. So again, he was pretty much broke, which is hard to believe considering the impact and the heights he had reached in the mafia at the time. So that's interesting. Some of the kills looked very much like Final Destination kills, like they had the things like these bulbs, whatever, and hanging from the ceiling. It was like a very large room-sized chandelier that ends up falling on them. We did see a little bit of found footage, especially when they had like the night vision goggles on. And look, at that point, that was the only spot in the trailer they had any like found footage aspects to it. Otherwise, it was a very much traditional formatting. We do see whatever this creature is. Like we saw the teeth in that image. We saw that at the end of the trailer. So we see when they're standing in front of this like cupboard or like closet, something reaches out to try to grab one of them. That was the only jump scare we saw in the trailer, but I can see this film overusing the jump scare tactic. An abundance of jump scares. I can see that happening. We see this creature again. We saw some, large scratches on the walls in some places. We saw at one point they had set up this pentagram and candles around it. So I'm not sure what they were trying to summon there as far as any additional demons, or if they were trying to get whatever it was after them to go away. We got about a minute into the trailer where the blonde said, you're all going to die. That look she had was an attempt, but the line was exactly the same. If you remember the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when they picked up the girl on the side of the road and she's in the van with them, and she says, and she's crying, you're all going to die, before she, takes a pistol out from a certain place on herself and retires herself, deletes her Minecraft server, so to speak. So that's what, immediately when I heard that, I was like, wait, I've heard that exact line before, and it was from that film. Trailer goes on for a little bit more, again, a little bit more jump scares. Again, we see the night vision goggles being used, which gives us kind of like that found footage aspect. We see whatever this creature is in all white and down in one of the hallways a little bit until we get to the end of the trailer where we see like up close the teeth and everything. So again, it looks pretty mid to me. Not something, and I could be wrong, right? This could be once we see the full film, it could turn out to be a great film. It could turn out to be something, I don't want to say refreshing, but something different. Otherwise, it looks like, okay, we found this abandoned building. We're looking for all this money. Now we're somehow locked in this hotel. We got to survive until the morning. That's what it kind of came across as. So, again, mid. We don't have a date for when this will release. So it may release this year, it may not release this year. So obviously, I'm sure this will pop back up at some point. It is being backed also by Lionsgate. So, or this could be one of those things where we find out limited theatrical run and going to VOD digital on the same day. So anyways, that's going to do it for this trailer review for Do Not Enter. Again, it's dated 2025, but no official date attached to it yet. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the trailer. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.